what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah. Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, von Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, who wants a treat, yeah? Keep listening.
Great job, Phenom. Very, very well done. Hello and welcome into the Wednesday edition of your show. Woo! Thank you, as always, to the greatest German techno band in the history of Canada, 911 Turbo, Von Hattie, along with Von Trask, doing an incredible intro for us, and it sets the tone for the entire show here. My name is Gary. So happy to have you along for this crazy little ride that we do Monday to Friday, 4 to 5 p.m. live. As far as we know, still the only people in Saskatoon doing that, which makes it different and stand out, and that's why it's so special. And we're so grateful to always have you along as we continue on our quest to make the world a better place. That's it. That's all we want to do. Everyone is always talking about, oh, life is so hard, everything's so expensive, people are so angry. We're changing that here. And that's why I'm so proud to walk into these doors every day and be a part of this. So thank you to you. We also have the greatest camera in the history of all cameras ever. So much so it's won 5 awards now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the five-time award-winning Maggie Cam. Look at that. Wow. The head placement, hey? She knows what she's doing. She's like, oh, I'm going on camera. I better be super, super sweet. The Maggie Cam, as always, for our fantastic friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer, Maggie's boyfriend, Leroy. Also a welcome/greeting dog. He greets you at the door. He's got a bed right beside that door when you walk in. And then he takes you up to the front. You say hi to Mike and or Rochelle, and you continue on the greatest shopping experience of your life. Whether it's leashes and collars. They got the brand new buckle-up ones right there with all the different designs. We're talking Flintstones. We're talking SpongeBob. We're talking Marvel. It's all there for you, okay? Right beside that, it's puppy poop pickup season. They got a whole range of different puppy poop pickup devices. And you want to talk about popping peas. That's why we wear this mic sock here, because that would have been a lot of pee popping. They got you covered there, okay? They also have the raw food in the back fridges if you want to switch your dog's or your pet's diet. They also have all the normal foods. They have the treats. They have all the super cute clothing your heart can desire, and the greatest cleaning station on planet Earth. It is puppy dirty season, okay? You're out taking walks, you're getting dirty. They have the most incredible cleaning station set up right there beside those fridges in the back waiting for you. All that and so much more. They're open after hours and on weekends thanks to Kirsten, Shar, and Chris. We don't just say it here. We truly mean it. This is the greatest pet store you will ever walk into, okay? Trust me when I tell you that. And we love our friends over there so much. And there's a reason everyone here goes there. And we would love if you went there as well because they actually care. And finding businesses that actually care about you is so rare nowadays, and Pet Planet on 8th Street is one of them. So thank you again to them for helping us out with today's Maggie Cam. Man, she looks good. Woo. All right, a little bit of housekeeping done. Wednesdays around here, we have a little something. And you know, I almost had the intro done. I got Network Ryan working on intros for us. And we almost had one done for today, but didn't quite get to it. Or if we did, I don't have it. So either way, it's the All the Way Around Table. And the reason we call it the All the Way Around Table is because one of our guests lives all the way around on the other side of the earth, over in Australia. And so we've been doing this All the Way Around Table for a while, and he has always been with us via Zoom from Australia. Last week, he rolled in on the 250th episode of this very show and blew all of our minds. It was one of the very few times where I've been at a loss for words. I didn't know what to do. And we proceeded to have a hell of a show. It was absolutely fantastic. And we found out he is here again today. Now, I'm also learning that I believe he is on the phone right now.
He'll be joining us via Zoom.
From outside on the deck.
That'd be close.
So, in the meantime, while we sit here and get things rolling, I would love to introduce to you I guess it would be fifth of the All the Way Around table, an original member of this very family. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Coach Kamatu. And he is coming, yes, sir. And Curtis Anderson from Sit Down and so much more. Here we go. You can't? Oh, I thought we had it all tested out.
Can you hear me?
It's not tested? It's not working?
Check. Try
Well,
this one, big guy.
But we're going to need that one.
Well, yeah.
Well, we don't really.
Well, we should. We did set it up. I thought so when we tested it, it came through and now it's not? Is there like a mute button on that bad boy or anything? No, nothing? Interesting.
Does this help?
That's not going to work very well. Either way. Okay, well, let's not use that one, I guess, if it doesn't work. We can just set it to the side. And we can have a little chat here. No Simon Hyatt today.
I'll take it into the studio when the real guests get here and
See what you can
tap
do.
on it till
Well,
this booming voice comes in.
It's never a piss off. It is a little irritating when you go through the work of actually testing it to make sure it works, right? And then you get on the air.
Live
and it doesn't
TV.
work. That's it. That's why we go
Right.
live, and we say it all the time. That's the reason right there. That's a great example of why no one else wants to do a live show every day.
So who messed it up? Was it the Phenom?
Oh, it's me for
Or was
sure.
it Coach Comet?
No, it's me.
Okay. It was
It's
Gary.
always me.
It could've been
That's
me.
why I always say.
I adjusted it. Maybe it was in a perfect spot.
That's why I always say it's okay
Maybe it's
to make
like my
mistakes.
cell service.
Because I'm always making mistakes.
Right.
Sort of backing me up. But that's how you grow. And it's such a simple thing that nobody wants to do, is allowing yourself to be out there. We talk about it all the time. It's hard.
Yes.
But if you can get through it, you grow. And that's the specialness of all the stuff we're doing. How are you guys doing? Happy Wednesday. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Stripped down?
Stripped down last night. Colin Farn, another 1 hour of great television.
Dang.
Live studio?
Was it live?
We did not have a live studio
I thought-
audience.
I
It
was
was
gonna be-
live. We didn't bring in a studio
I
audience.
was going to be real mad if you didn't.
No,
let us know.
we actually had a legit meeting after last month's live studio audience, and we are definitely going to do it again, but we didn't want to do it every show.
Yeah.
Because it was
I get
pretty
that.
much unanimously decided that it was so special, we don't want it to lose that specialness. So
If you do it every
we're
time,
going to
it starts
keep
to wear
going without an audience, but definitely bringing the audience when it warrants.
And we'll be ready.
Yeah. Oh,
It
yeah.
was so much fun.
Right?
So much fun. Man, Coach Mazur threw out 3 song titles.
You were like the MVP of the crowd that
basically
night. Like,
wrote an album.
absolutely. Yeah.
Wrote an album for Mitch.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It was a fun night.
Very, very
Yeah. Last night was fun too. We came back to the basics. One dude, one guitar, one
fun. Stick with
vocal.
what got you there?
What? Who is this guy?
Uh-oh. Here comes the play-by-play. Oh, we hear a door open.
This is a
We need like a
theme.
GoPro shooting at the door.
The Door Pro.
The door
Look
pro.
at this
We
guy.
need the Door Pro. This is it. This
Like
is what
a-
I'm talking about. Okay. It's things are happening. I thought I had the corner marketed. Uncle Brandon
Yeah.
went on the long hair. Clearly
No.
not, hey?
The
It's coming
Baillargeons.
back. This is wow.
So,
So then what the hell's wrong with AJ? Why isn't he growing out?
man.
I guess we can ask them when they get up here.
So
Enjoy
we
the
got-
green room.
no, you
fellas.
know
We're just
what?
going through some stuff. You look amazing.
He's like Hunter now. You were Christian before,
Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Triple
but now
H?
he's like Triple H.
Interesting.
Because there's Christian right there.
The bro team. What would that make
So
Maggie?
sick.
Maybe it's more like a British bulldog dynamic, and Maggie would be the bulldog.
Matilda.
Matilda. I knew you'd know the
Pulled
name.
that out of nowhere.
Old Matilda right there with Davy Boy Smith
Yep.
and
Dynamite Kid.
the Dynamite Kid. Beautiful stuff, man. R.I.P.
Yes.
Everybody. I
Can we
guess
do it
R.I.P.
again?
Everybody. You can
This
talk
is
about
gonna
wrestling
be,
now.
You want to see a different impression? Actually?
Yes, I would love that.
Oh, who's this guy?
Oh,
They're all here now. Okay.
speaking of the wearing off. Hold on. Before we get there, let's get all of the business out of it. I'm gonna do this live read real quick
Okay.
before we get full in on what's about to happen here. Phenom, we ready for a live read? Look at this. Watch him go. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Why work with Mobley this spring? Man, that's a great question. If you're looking to buy a home, he's got your back. Mobley Urente with TMG The Mortgage Group works with multiple lenders to find the best financing options, even if you're self-employed, have non-traditional income, or face credit challenges. Ooh, that one rings deep. His services are completely free, and he's here for you, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Okay? Whether you need refinancing, a mortgage renewal, or just expert advice down the road, he will always be here to help. Mobiliarente, mortgages made simple. Call or text them anytime at 306-370-5804. Woo!
Thank you,
Beautiful. Now, if you enjoy live reads like that, guess what? We can do it for you too, as long as this works. Come on, baby. Yeah, there it is. You guys sing the song yet? You guys get used to it?
You got it?
We can help your business.
No. No, that's a different one.
We can help
What
your
was
business.
that?
We can help your charity. We can help your organization. We are the voice of Saskatoon. And I don't say that to sound cocky. I say it in the most humble of ways because nobody else is doing what we're doing. And when you're doing something different, it takes a little while for people to catch on. And it's finally doing that. All you got to do is just send us an email. All right? The address you send that email to is contact@dufferinav.com. That is the email. This is the theme song. Push it up a little bit.
It's good.
Yeah, it's getting
I
better.
wasn't going to interrupt.
It's getting better. I was waiting. We had a full-on group on the Friday Fun Table last week singing the whole thing. It was like next level stuff. Anyone want to toss this or just me? Me?
You got it.
All right, get it out of here. No more of that. Also got a website. Royal Anders was in the house earlier. We were talking about it. We're actually going to go and revamp it up as it's been 1 year. So we got to go in there and do website stuff apparently. Website stuff, not fun unless you have a Royal Anders. So check it out right there, just like the email, minus the contact and the @ Perfect. Anything else? Anyone else? Anything else? Anything you want to get out there?
I'm wasting time. We have real guests. I'm going to go.
Boys,
Dude,
it's going to be...
It's been real and it was good, but
Hey.
it wasn't real good.
You know, the guy gets one red hot short, and now he's just dropping all of them, eh? That's what it is. Still the best promo we've ever done in here was you on that one. I'm trying to find one more thing. There it is. Check this one out. This is a new one. You see this one yet?
Oh, the Twitch.
The Twitch has been so hot, so unbelievably hot lately. And we're really getting into it, so you can check us out, twitch.tv/Dufferin Ave Media is where you find us. We're on there Monday with Brooksy. We got a female day going on. Then Tuesday, Uncle Brando comes in. We beat Contra 2, and got to the final boss of Jackal before I died so heroically.
What are the females doing?
We were doing Super Smash Bros. And some Mario Party stuff. And then the females on Mondays carries over to the Monday Your Show as a sort of a female Monday. A lot going on. A lot of cool things going on. So anyways,
I'm
check out
learning
the
new
Twitch.
things. I didn't even know this was all going on.
Well, this is what happens when you have a family and you run teams all the time. Family and kids, man.
I'm looking at a family, and 2/3 of that family are getting antsy to get up here. 1/3 is like, just chill.
Do you want to call them up? You want to
Huh?
do it? You be the guy to call them up.
No, I'm not. I don't know how to introduce people.
Dude, it's easy.
Show me how it's done.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to introduce to you not just the all the way around part of the all the way around table, but we're talking about the all the way around table's family that he grew up. We're talking about a crew that grew up just down the street on Cascade. We're talking about a crew of Bobcats, a crew of Cardinals. We're talking about a crew of Saskatoonians right here that we grew up with. And that's why this place is so damn cool. All right, guys, make your way up. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, again, 2 weeks now I get to say that, we have Adrian, we have Shane, and we have Steve the Baillargeon! Look at this. Look at this. Man, I don't know what to be like you.
Good to see you again.
Absolute pleasure. You. Good to see you again. You. Years, brother.
Too
Years.
many.
Years. That's what happens when you move away, hey? That's what I'm learning. Holy cow. So this mic is not working. We tested it. We were all prepped. What happens? You prep, you're ready, you get in there, doesn't work.
And that's your strength. Like, don't plan too much. Just go
what I'm
with
saying.
how it works.
Let the show guide you, right?
There we go.
So much learning. Welcome. Look at what you pulled off. Look at this right now.
Like, how good is this?
Is this?
It's been a minute.
Is this not something?
Yes, but I look around this group and there seems to be something that doesn't belong.
I don't know what you're talking about,
Yes. Yeah.
sir. Interesting. That's what it is.
That's what it
I
is.
gotta get rid of it. I'm sweating now. You're right though. Hey, it's hot up here. I thought it was like I cooled it down. No, still sweating. When's the last time you guys sat like this? Like not here today, but like when you're at home. All three of you guys together.
I thought it was 10 years, but I think I was corrected to 8.
10. I think it was in Phoenix.
You got to get into that
Phoenix,
mic. Make,
2015. 10 years. My math.
2015, I can remember us sitting in left field watching, I think, Oakland and San Fran playing, drinking king cans of beer, and we were yelling something out to the outfielder, as we tend to do after we have a couple drinks.
Couple
we get a
chirps
little
coming
bit
out?
loud.
Yeah, of course.
I think
course.
by we, he means Adrian.
No, I'm pretty sure we did a good job of it. Anyways, that's one of the big memories I can remember the last time
Man.
we actually got together.
What was being said?
I don't know, probably something like "you suck" or I don't know.
Yeah, you be in charge of that. You're my guy. You're my mic guy. So we're gonna have to do a little mic work here.
I just remember going and we were in a relatively small house with the 5 of us, and my Bianca and I had been married for maybe 2 years, and what I remember with that, she goes, "You guys are loud." That's her. Mine is like, it was like we went back into a dynamic like we were in high school.
It was just
That's it.
automatic.
It's funny because last night when you guys were sitting around the table talking, I was thinking it is so loud in here. And there was 2 people talking, and you could guess which one was doing most of the
Yeah,
talking.
and you know, you forget about all that, right? Until the second you're together, and then it all comes, like you say, like the dynamic of big brother, middle brother, little brother. Like I got the same thing with my bros. Like I'm a totally different person when I'm not around my brothers. The second we have a family thing, I just I go into the show. I was like, well, I'll say something funny, and then they'll look at me. I'm like, oh, that's right. I'm the littlest brother. I'm not allowed to say anything. Okay, I'll shut up. You know, like the dominance establishes so quick.
I'm not sure.
At least for the youngest. That's for me.
I'm not sure that's how it works with us at times.
Hence the loudness. I get it. You gotta speak up so people can hear, and I think that's very cool. So, did you guys get up to anything cool since you've been together again? Like Steve, you were back Friday,
Thursday.
Thursday, yeah.
Yeah.
So the day after we saw you, after you got back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the dynamics have changed a little bit in terms of how late we stay up.
Yes.
But we had a family dinner, and then we had Mom's birthday party.
Yeah.
Surprise party. We all set up on Saturday afternoon. I think that's when we did it.
Yep.
I'm thinking.
I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. We need a chair expert. Does it go back
No,
on?
it'd
Yeah.
be taller.
Does it not lock in?
There we're good. I think I was just bumping the
Oh, of course.
the thing.
Yeah. Strong legs.
But there was the 3 of us plus Dad, and we're all very similar in terms of we all have a vision of how things
no.
should be.
Oh no.
But we shared our visions, and they weren't necessarily the same, but we got there, and I think in the end, Mom was pretty happy.
Hold on. Are you telling me that you coached through the situation?
Yeah, I don't know. How would you guys describe it?
I did not have a vision. I was on operations. There were 3 other visions going on, and I was just trying to make sure that I was not adding to the voice, the loudness.
That's a good way of doing it.
I think Dad, the biggest concern was we were hanging up the balloons.
Oh boy.
And you had to stand on something, and there was a table with 4 legs, and then there's these chairs that were taller that would have made it easier, but they're a little wobblier. And I think our biggest concern was
Don't die.
Dad worked in safety.
Yeah.
As part of his career was a big chunk, and I think Steven said, "You worked in safety, and you're standing on this chair that's wobbling around." But we got through it all right.
Which definitely only helps the situation, obviously.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you know.
If I know anything, I know that your input's very important.
Chirping it helps.
That's it. Keep everyone on their toes. So, Mom loved the party. Great success. Everyone's happy. Happy birthday again.
Yes, it's actually her birthday this Saturday, so we get 2 parties. So
Come on.
does Mom know what we're doing yet?
Yeah.
I'm quite sure she knows we're going to go into the Rush game on Saturday night.
Oh,
with the family,
shit.
yeah. Have a little family barbecue and
Hold
then go
on.
to the Rush.
Gertie, we got the whole Baillargeon family at the game on Saturday. Make sure you get them on. Yeah, make sure you get them on the big screen. Perfect.
Oh, good.
Are in motion.
Have you heard about this already?
I heard about.
Well,
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody from the Rush as well.
Yeah, you talking to Derek Watson?
Waddy, my boy.
Oh, this is-
Ooh, yeah.
There's many spider webs to this.
They're all easy there, no doubt. So when you talk to Waddy and the Kinsman stuff, how is that all going? Let's get that out there.
Oh man, that's
Talk.
that's
Lean,
going
lean
well.
right in there, and let the world know. 'Cause
Kinsman 5050lottery.com is where you're going to get your tickets. All the money we raise is going back into the community. Last Friday was actually Adrian and Stephen both joined us at 3 Hall.
Nice.
We gave away $1,000 an hour from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Did it all there. Waddy was a big part of that. Super helpful in the videos and the audio.
Yeah, he's an angel.
And a
Love him.
great human being.
Yeah,
right?
that's my guy, man, for sure.
So yeah,
Love
we're
him.
just rolling over $300,000 in the jackpot now. So It's been great. We hope to. We've still got another one of those days, and I mean, the outcome of this one is going to really make a difference for all the groups that we support in the community, and the more the merrier. Kinsman5050lottery.com.
And the reason we need to get the word out is because this is a transition. Like this is the first year you're doing this. So we have to make sure people know that this is where to go to get that support and that we always do this time of year.
Yeah, this time of year we've done other lotteries in the past and we've shifted, right? This is going to enable us to put more money back into the community and less money, more money to our groups and less money into real estate and a lot less risk for the Kinsman Club of Saskatoon. So it's been a good run. It's been nonstop. We're learning a lot as we go. We're just writing the rule book up. I mean, we have rules to follow, but how we're doing it, we're doing really great. We got guys like Waddy and we got a couple of consultants on, but overall, it's a wild ride and it's a lot of fun. And we can't wait to bring it on for the next program too.
I love that. I love when people aren't scared of change. That's the thing. That's what I had to teach myself to love because I spent my whole life being scared of change. I just didn't do it because it horrified me. Not to get too deep with you guys or anything, but this whole thing was so much of a change that it forced me to accept it.
Yeah, you know what, Kinsman Club, but it's a lot of good. We've got 2 other new fundraisers we've come up with at the same time, and really forced us to not just rely on what's always been there. So it's been an interesting year, but all in all, it's going to turn out, I think, really well for us and the community.
I say it all the time. As long as you're doing good things, man, it'll work out.
And I would think, I'm surprised Kinsman hasn't done 50-50 before because Saskatchewan has to be the 50-50 capital of the world.
Everywhere you go to the 50-50.
We tried this at our baseball club, and we were giving away like prize pots of up to $17. And nobody got the concept. Like I was walking around with the 50-50 strips. It's like you can get 1 for $2, 3 for $5, or an arm's length. And they're like, I'll have 1, please.
I would have been the guy that spent like $16 and be like, I won! I'm so happy. You know, like just, I'll take it any way you can do it. As long as you're supporting, as long as that's getting there.
Well, AJ, it was a part of our other stuff, but it's never been a standalone on its own.
Yeah.
The other piece that we added is that people can enter for a trip to see the Jets in the playoffs.
Whoo!
You don't even have to buy. You can just
Come on.
Yeah, just go to the website and you'll be able to enter that whether you buy or not. And yeah, so it's a great little playoff package. So it happens that the Jets aren't there when it's all said and done. There'll be a cash reward instead.
Hey, Mazer, can you get that link and just post it in the comment thing or whatever where people can see it? Just so it'll be there?
Is it like
the 50-50?
50-50 or 50-50?
5050.
Okay.
Yeah, if you can find it.
Kinsman5050lottery.com.
There you go. Coach Mazer's going to post in the comments if you are watching and you're looking for the place to go to get in on that. As I say it all the time. Let's help others. Right?
Very easy to find. When's the draw?
I love that.
When am I going to win? Not to discourage others, but
Sure.
when do they need to sign up?
So anybody who's got a ticket now, there's weekly draws, and then the final draw is going to be on May 2nd.
May 2nd.
So we'll be doing weekly draws plus another 13 in one day, but May 2nd is the ultimate at the end of it.
Okay. Like that. This is the All the Way Around Table special edition, as we don't just have one coach. Well, I guess one coach, but we have 3 Baillargeons. Okay, in the house, the whole family here. We got Steve over there. We got Shane right there. We finished talking about the Kinsman 50-50. We caught up with you a little bit. This guy, I haven't seen this guy. So the last time I saw you was at a party.
I don't remember.
Exactly.
Shocker.
And you were just back for a little bit, and I'm not sure who it was. It was some of the boys from back in the day. But your journey, man. Can you tell us a little bit about how you got to where you are today? Get on that mic.
Yeah.
Though. Treat that mic as your own. There we go. Yeah,
Give it
because
a
this is what I want to hear. Because I asked this guy, he's like, oh, you know, he's doing this thing, and we sort of talked about it a little bit. But there's so much cool stuff going on with you.
Well, it's kind of funny that I heard them talk about it and explaining it, and they did a decent job. I mean, it's a fairly complicated thing what we're doing. But no, about 10 years, just over 10 years ago, I got a LinkedIn message from a fellow Bobcat from way back when.
Yeah, we shouted him out.
And he was, hey, Steve, I don't know what you're up to, but you look like you might be a good fit for this company I started. Give me a call. Here's my number. And so fast forward, within 5 weeks, I was living in San Francisco because it was just a pretty.
Why not? Hey, sure, yeah, all right.
I was about 30 at the time and single, and I was like, why do I not move to take this kind of
no reasons
opportunity?
that
I had no idea what they really had going on. Obviously we talked about it, but I was like, okay, well, worst case scenario, I move down to SF for a year, get an incredible experience, see where it takes me. So
SF is if you're from there.
I can
That's
tell.
the
Yeah,
terminology.
that's the lingo
Yes.
right there.
it
I
is.
like that.
Yeah, if you say San Fran, you're outing yourself as a tourist. So
Absolutely.
if you want to blend in,
I get that.
SF.
SF.
So yeah, 10 years later, now I'm living in Lincoln, Nebraska, which that's the natural path through San Fran. For
The hotbed.
from a political standpoint, you couldn't get much more opposite. A lot of different things. You're in the food
big
mecca,
like
concert, music mecca
life
in San
shock, hey?
Francisco. Yeah,
Yeah.
just cultural, right? Weather, just opposite. And kind of a funny joke because I grew up in Saskatoon, but I moved to Calgary, and I was always wanted to live in bigger centers, and I was said I'd never move back to Saskatoon, and then the world has played a funny joke and has brought me back to a city that has 300,000 people, prairies, surrounded by farming community, generally conservative, football town, college town.
Go Huskers.
Generally, they drive slow in the
Huskies.
left lane. Huskies, Huskers.
Yeah, it's all
It's
there.
just
That's crazy,
That's
dude.
half of the
Yeah.
list. So it's
Like you just moved back home, but in the States.
yeah, exactly. It's not as cold, right?
That's nice, yeah.
But you get way more humidity, so it's cooking. The hair gets really froey.
How close is it to Tornado Alley?
Really?
Do you get tornadoes there?
Yeah, we last spring actually we were it was wild. I'm on a work call on LinkedIn or whatever on a Zoom call with some people in Omaha. Omaha is about 50 miles away from us, and I was like, hey guys, I got to go because we got a tornado warning, and so I've got to head down. So we head down the stairs, and we're all hunkering down in the stairwell, and okay, back up. 30 minutes later, well that tornado went. The people I was on the call with, it took out some of their houses 50 minutes later.
Come on.
And so this was a serious one that
That's one of my-
somehow though nobody died. So yeah, to answer your question, tornadoes are
Yes.
hitting
Right there.
very, very close to
Right
home.
there.
Yeah, so it's kind of wild. We have these tornado sirens. They test them in the first of every month. So you get this 11 a.m. tornado siren going on. You check the clock, and you're like, okay, I don't have to do anything.
That's where my biggest phobia came from. Was we were in Hawaii and they do the tsunami test warnings with their horns, and I got my brothers who love to rip on me. And the horn starts going off, and then on the radio it's like, this is a tsunami, whatever. I'm not listening because I'm freaking out. My brother's like, oh man, we're gonna die. Like, what do you mean we're gonna die? Yeah, tsunami's coming. You hear that? Tsunamis are coming. You're gonna die. Like, oh my god. Then I freak out. It gets into my head to the point where I couldn't sleep for the next 2 nights on this beautiful Hawaii trip for the whole family. And it stuck with me to this very day. I'm still horrified of tsunamis. Whenever I hear a siren go off, that's what I think of is, oh man, a tsunami's coming. So just to have those test sirens going on for something like a big ass tornado would just fire me right back up. I don't know if I could live that way. That's why I'm so anchored here, is because I feel safest here because I'm away from all those disasters.
It's funny you say that because living in San Francisco as well, earththquakes, right?
I could never do it.
You're living, and so that was in the
Ever.
back of my mind
Yeah.
as well at times. And then there's you got gun violence in the U.S., so you hear, but it's in the back there. But that's one thing I think about Saskatchewan. It's you have the cold, but you can manage that.
We've done it our whole lives.
We're set up for it here.
the
We
lesser
can
of
deal
two
with
evils
cold
for it.
weather.
Yeah,
It's
man.
just
That's it.
it's more manageable. It doesn't just come out of nowhere. And
Well, we got tornadoes. We're not like that. No tsunamis, and no lizards or insects that will murder me with one touch.
No, we just have minus 35
I'll take
degrees Celsius.
That's the price you pay
That's
to make
it.
sure
That's
you
the
don't
trade-off.
step into
I'll
your
take the
shoe
risk
and get
of
stabbed.
the insects.
This man wants the heat.
Steve, did you just say Saskatchewan?
I don't know.
Why did
It was a little.
you pick
my,
up on
my my eyebrow, if you played back the tape, went about this high. It was a tiny
up,
bit.
okay, just-
a
yeah.
tiny bit. I'm not sure. Maybe there's an accent that he's picked up.
Well, actually, so
have
it's
you noticed any of that?
interesting as a journalism expert over here.
Yeah. So good at journaling.
But Nebraska, they say a lot of journalists go through Nebraska or the school there, but there's something about their accent that it's just so neutral. You don't have this East Coast or West Coast or
It's like its own sort of thing,
slang.
yeah.
It's neutral, and it works very well for. So I don't know if I'm picking that up, but I definitely get confused in my head Because pasta and pasta, Mazda, like the A's and the
Mazda.
O's.
There's a lot of those.
And
That's what
I
the
d-
tomatoes
and
and
I'll do some
tomatoes.
presenting sometimes, and I don't know which language I'm speaking. If
Yeah.
I'm like my Canadian's shining, or if I'm speaking American, which apparently I'm bringing that here now.
It was just a little tiny moment. That's all it was.
Yeah.
So we got all this going on. You playing hockey anymore? You ever get out and
Yeah,
skate?
yeah. No, still playing.
Still
every
going,
Sunday,
eh?
Yeah. And then
So
coaching
upset.
too now. Got a little man, so he's
Congratulations.
Yeah,
That's
it's fun.
amazing.
It's fun. These little 6-year-olds.
Are you as coaching as Coach Kamatu over here? Like, are you going every day type of thing?
I'm doing 6U's like 45 minutes twice a week, so it's
Yeah.
barely coaching. It's more like emotional management.
That's the one. Well, that's why I asked, because we don't think about the different levels that go with when someone says I'm coaching. Because like you're coaching all the time. When he's coaching, he is running in here in between dropping kids off and getting gear for games while he's going. Then he'll do a Zoom call from the diamond. Like he goes so far out of his way to help us here, and I'm so grateful for it because I see how hard coaching is for him. And I don't mean hard for him to coach, hard for him to be out there doing it. And so it's just interesting to me that there's different levels of coaching.
I think once you hit U8s and U10s, when it gets real serious, the commitment will lift as well. Shane, do you do soccer or some sport like that or something? Or you?
I've been helping out a bit, but the young ones, they're not into team sports. Really, they don't like anything that's organized. So it's a bit of a struggle.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
I mean,
Yeah.
it seems like a bit of a struggle to try and fight to get them to play something if they're not down with it. But they're doing more individual stuff.
Well,
I've helped out. My coaching is involved opening the doors to let the kids on and off the bench.
That's sort of how you were though too, right? So that's where they get it from. Remember when we talked about like the hockey stuff? We did the hockey stuff. We did all that. You were sort of not as enthused by it.
Well, I didn't do hockey, but I was in basketball
Basketball
and
guy,
football
yeah,
and baseball. But I was into those, but just hockey was not the game for me. But the other ones I did.
Yeah. Okay. I take it back.
Not very well. Not particularly
Well,
good at any of them.
Hey, trust me, you're looking at a guy who was never good at any sport, but boy, oh boy, did I like slapping butts, hey? I love being the bench guy. That sounded weird, yeah. Being the guy on the bench that keeps morale up. That's where I really, really thrived when it came to teams. That's what I noticed. And then, you know what? If coach needed a dinger with,
That's
2 outs in the bottom of 7 to win a tournament, I'll probably go out there and do it and be like it ain't no thing.
We should track how many times we talk about that throughout the year.
You're the guy that brought it up first.
that's
And
right. No, you
I
did.
blocked that out of my mind. Like my only achievements in sports, you were there for like both of them, and then I just like stopped acknowledging them because there's literally like, how old were we in Bantam? 14, 13?
Grade 8 to 9.
15U now.
15U.
Yeah.
Gary hit a walk-off home run off the bench for us to win cities.
I was telling the
We
story.
talk about it once in a while.
I was telling the story of the family the other day, actually, because the boys were telling me at home plate to do a somersault. So I was like, hell yeah, I'll do a somersault. And I did a somersault onto home plate, thinking I was super sweet. And you're like, what the hell, man? And I was like, oh, I'm not supposed to do that? It's like, man, sorry, coach, I'm used to being on the bench the whole time. I don't know how to celebrate, But that was like the big moment. So I was telling the kids, because my nephew Boston is getting into baseball now, and he's got an arm on him, and he's a big boy. So he's like really, really getting into it. So I'm trying to guide him as he goes.
Is that a
Because
Boston Nickel?
Boston Nickel, yeah.
That is a baseball name.
Right?
Does it get any better than that?
It's right there.
Boston
And
Nickel.
like his dad was a really good catcher back in the day. He didn't play Cardinals because he did like the softball stuff, but man, he was throwing guys out all day. He was the classic fat catcher. He was like the biggest kid. So he'd sit there, put the gear on, he'd catch, he'd gun guys down, and then he'd go up and sock dingers. And if it wasn't a dinger, he'd like walk to first. Like just a classic big dude. I always loved that style of play. It's if I ever got into slow pitch again, I feel like I'd be all right at it, but I know I wouldn't because I did play slow pitch and I was horrible. I don't know. I think I lost most of my skills. Either way, sports. We love them around here.
Yep.
We love talking about them. Go ahead.
Vladdy, today.
I
His
didn't
first
wa-
bomb.
How many games? How many games they played? Anyone?
I'm at 13. Okay, 16 games.
Is he using the new bat?
That died off really quick, hey? What happened with the torpedo bats?
It's all over my Instagram. Every Victus, everybody, Prairie Sticks, everyone's making a.
Okay, but like
Can Bronzy make one? RBI.
Well, RBIs are done, but I've ordered a Prairie Sticks torpedo, so they
course.
better be all the rage.
well, like
Because to get it here rushed and created in 3 days,
It's probably a pretty penny.
Yeah. So
A flight
anyways,
back home.
Yeah.
The Yankees, the whole Yankees lineup had the torpedo bats. In their first series, they hit like 9 home runs or something, and everyone's like, there's no way these bats are going to last. There's no way they can allow this. And that's the last I heard of it. Like, are guys still using them? Do we know, Coach? Yeah, that they're just not working as good or what? Like, the talk has died down is what I'm trying to say.
Well, no, I'll tell you. We ordered it from Prairie Sticks.
include me. I'm not.
So bad.
It's amazing. He's the one who puts this all together, and then he gets shunned to the back of the room. Prairie Sticks is actually owned by a couple, and the daughter we grew up with. I don't know if you know the Mitchells. Remember Loren Mitchell and Jerry?
Yep.
Hyper local here, by the way.
Yeah,
That's why this place is so
absolutely.
special. So
Their
Saskatoon.
daughter Danielle and her husband run that company. And so I've ordered it, and I've messaged Danielle. I was like, hey, I've ordered this. I'm leaving next week. Am I going to get it in time? She's like, we've got a back order of 200 bats that have been ordered that still need to be made.
It's not helping me.
We'll
Nope.
zoom yours in or something like that. So there's obvious a demand. I was at Olympian Sports and Al Anderson's today, and they said we've just got some in the back. They haven't put them out. So there's obviously they're popular now, but will they make that big of a
Is
difference?
Prairie Sticks, did they buy all of Ron Bronze's old gear?
Oh, I've got no idea.
I just golfed with somebody one time that he bought all that stuff off of.
Gotcha.
Nice. Yeah.
He's got 3 bats left, Ron told me. Anyways.
Go ahead. Yeah.
There's another guy
Amazing.
that we played against that also has his own thing, but he's very custom. Like he won't make bad.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
See, the only thing I want to know about Bronzy is does he still have the batting cage in his backyard?
Well, he's moved.
Of course, but did he take it with him?
But he
Like,
can
if I
take-
had a batting cage, it would go everywhere. That's what
Well,
I'm
he
saying.
didn't take it with him, but I think he's replaced it with
A better batting cage?
a little bit of a better batting cage. So I went down to the facilities down at Gordie Howe Park. Is that
Oh,
what it's
amazing,
called?
yeah.
Down there. And to see how far baseball has evolved in Saskatoon and Saskatchewan, it blows my mind
They
to
got
see.
Blue Jays going through there, man. When they come through town, they stop over there real quick just to,
Just
hang out with the
because they
kids.
can,
Yeah, hang out with the kids.
But there was, I think, 9 lanes batting cages. So Bronzy's upgraded from 1 to 9. They've got hack attacks left, right, and center. The Barry's Academy were training
So
there. So you had Logan Hoffman, number 5,
Yeah.
round 5 draft pick in 2020, and a local guy from Munster. We'd been messaging. I keep telling him to come to Australia and play. So I just walked up to him and we got to meet each other. So that was pretty cool. And then,
You getting into being an agent now?
well,
I like that.
I just want to recruit for our team
Yeah, that's what I mean.
back home.
Yeah.
So, and then Going Yard, the other academy, they were training, and Andrew
good.
Elbers, North Battleford product.
Heard that name a couple times.
I think first 17 and 2/3 of innings he pitched in the majors, shutout innings. He's one of the only, that was a record at that time where
crazy.
he was like top 3 to ever, how many innings you can pitch without that. So it's pretty good to be, pretty lucky to be around baseball royalty from Saskatchewan. So that's a long answer to say, Bronzy's upgraded from that cage in his backyard in Sutherland or somewhere to now he's got one of the biggest facilities in the country.
That's it. Baseball, man. And make no mistake, it's not an easy little transition to go from that to that. Like the dude was like, is the face of baseball around here. If you talk to anyone about baseball, Bronzy's name always comes up.
Yeah.
You know, we're very spoiled here, and I think a lot of us forget that a lot of the time. So, hanging out on the all the way around table, special edition, we got the Baillargeon brothers, plural, in the house. We got Curtis Anderson from Strip Down hanging out over there. Simon Hyatt not here today. What is the deal? Sorry to Seinfeld there. Is there a new episode of the show out? Curtis Anderson? Anyone? Anyone tell me? Come on now. I always blow. I always say it's wild something. I always say the Living Sky show because it's with the Living Sky Sanctuary here. I'll pull it up.
Simon Hyatt Road is currently a drop.
That's it. That's the one. That's it.
Maybe we can
I'm
get some of our viewers to
I'm on
put in
it.
the YouTube comments if they know the name of the show.
Well, I'll beat them to it. So I got it right here. It's very cool.
Yeah, I don't.
I wrote this episode. Staying Wild.
What is it?
Staying Wild. Staying Wild. Look at this. There's even a synopsis. Staying Wild TV. Hope you enjoyed the stories in episode 2 last night where we all learned to fly. Flies in quotations. All of Canada can join in this Saturday morning on City TV. Check your local listings. So Staying Wild. Showcasing Living Sky's rescue here in Saskatoon, who we've been associated with a couple times now. Saved a bunny.
So what channel is it on? Is it streaming on something? Is it on City TV. All right.
Point is support
that a
local. That's our guy. That is a
Support
channel.
Sounds like it's a channel.
City TV, Simon Hyatt. Yeah,
Okay.
like a network.
But better.
So how can
Clearly.
the rest of us watch it if we don't have City TV?
That's a great question. It's all there. Just look up Staying Wild TV and you can find it yourself. It'll be perfect. Point is, we love supporting our guy Simon. I'm not sure where he is today, but he probably knew because he reads group chats. Coach Mazur was asking me, why don't you read the group chats and read the messages? And I explained to him, today I went into next level training. I was there last Wednesday with Coach Mazur, seeing our buddy Kelly. And right when I walked in, and you'll appreciate this because I know where your head's at. Right when I walked in, my phone went boom, boop, boop, and it was like 3 different people needing something from me right away. And I looked at Kelly, and he looked at me, and I looked at him again. He goes, I put the phone down. He goes, we don't need that shit in here. You don't do that. When you come in here, this is what we do. And we proceeded to do one of the, like, it sounds so silly to say it out loud, but it was a true spiritual experience that I went through. We had the Buddhist monk chants in the background. We had like so many cool things, and all we did was just stretch with these balls. And I have this whole routine now that I do, but the stretching isn't just like for the body, but for the mind as well, because my brain is so crazy. And if you can't walk in there and put your phone down, it doesn't want you there. And that was the lesson I learned. And I said, man, the reason I do that is the same reason I don't check all the other messages that are on the Facebook thing, because it just opens up more issues for me. So in my head, I'm trying to push them all the way. Like I'm in like 15 different group chats on, like that's why I have 168 messages on there, because it's all just group chats that I just ignore because they just bring more shit into my life. And it's like, I'm just trying to manage this right here. And Kelly's working with me on all of that stuff and so much more. I can't say enough good things about him. It was a truly amazing experience. So thank you to him again over at Next Level Training doing his thing. But that's why I don't get into those messages, because I'm trying to train my mind that it's not life or death.
No.
That stuff may as well tell me if something's important. You know what I mean?
He'll message
He's
you.
my bumper. Yeah. Like, do you not read the message? I say, of course I did. He said, okay, well, the brothers are coming in. I'm like, holy jeez. You know, like all these little moments. But that's sort of the me working on me type of thing.
Yeah. So then I got a message from you last week, and that is the first time since I've been coming on the show that I've ever gotten a message from you.
I overcame so many fears to send that.
So I just want to say thank you.
It's beautiful.
I feel honored.
That's
with that, 'cause I
if
know
you
how
ever
feel
wondered
about
how
that.
important you are, that's it.
And
Every
then-
time I open that stupid Facebook message thing, it's just like, and all these like people that I like, who, what, and I'm just, nope, I just put it down. But I just looked for your name, found it, clicked on it quick, message, hey, if you want to come in on Thursday. And then, of course, you wake up at 4:15 because it was your day after getting home. And I just said, I got a spot for you if you want to come in.
Yeah,
But
missed it.
you had a lot going on. So it was
Wow.
all good.
Maybe we can learn from that, because I think between the three of us, we've got how many WhatsApp group messages. Then I was texting Steve and Brother Shane, and then I called Brother Shane, and some lady answered.
Yeah.
And then so I messaged back, so we're probably on 3 different.
How did you call?
I don't know, some lady. 7889 was the last 4 numbers.
Could have been anybody.
That was the old number.
Okay.
That's another thing. I got so many old numbers
It's a very,
in there.
very old number.
5 years old.
Okay.
That's pretty old.
Yeah, I'll let you make the
But
judgment.
there is like 6 chats for the 3 of us.
Oh
I
yes.
think.
Yeah.
Well, we were.
It's
And
too
then
much.
Dad is in
It's
one.
too much, guys. I'm telling you.
That was when, because you're trying to arrange all this stuff for Mom's party, and there were reasons to have separate ones, and it was a lot, just a lot.
Yeah, man. Because
Got
you're
be a
trying
lot
to
there. We
hide
haven't
the
used them much
surprise.
for the last little while, thankfully. We used them last week heavily, and that was it.
But I do feel
Never
much
again.
more calm today, because we did the show on Wednesday, and you're like, hey, how come you're in town? We got Mom's birthday coming up this Saturday. We got a party for her.
So many
And I
things.
forgot this was a live show. So then, of course, Mom and Dad want to watch the show.
Oh, no.
And we're watching the beginning of it
Turn it off.
when I walked in,
Turn it
and
off.
it says that, and Dad's looking at me like,
Ugh.
"Oh."
Did
But-
it turn off in time?
No, she heard it all.
So we ruined it. We ruined the
Well, I
surprise.
don't know if that.
I'm very sorry.
Anyways.
I apologize to
She
the entire
knew.
family.
So it could have been that. It could have been
Here we go.
Thursday at our house, when in the big family calendar it says Brenda's party, and then Brenda's birthday the
Brenda,
next
different
one.
Brenda. That's my friend Brenda down the street.
And then there's one of the grandkids going, hey, what are we doing for the party? When's the party? Where is it at?
Okay, I don't feel
And
as
all
bad.
of those
Thank
things
you.
happen all within 48 hours. So
That's very cool. No, that I feel better. It was such a lovely surprise. Like we're just so used to like it's part of our routine. On Wednesdays, we come in and we make sure everyone's got batteries in their packs, and we go through the whole checklist. And he was very lackadaisical about it that day. I was like, dude, like how's your pack? He's like, oh, good. Did you even turn it on? He's like, no, I did. You know, it's like these little things, and then it all made sense. And then, like, I've already pulled 3 promos from that episode alone, and I'm sure there's more in there. That I was going to talk to you if there's any other ones you wanted to pull out, just because it was such a magical moment. When you have those things that are out of the norm, you know, I always struggle with how to celebrate them. It's like, this is so cool. How can we make this even better instead of just being in the moment?
And Dad loves the show, and he's like, it's such a good show. There's no swearing. And I think in that one, Curtis was standing up here and just dropped the biggest F-bomb, I think, in history on the show. And I was like, don't watch that bit.
Dude.
But it was just somewhat ironic.
It was so powerful, too, because,
Emotion.
you know, that was probably like the first time you could literally look into a camera and look at every single person that's commented on all of your stuff and say, listen, I get what you're doing, but I'm the effing man. So get out of here. You know, like, it was such a strong, powerful moment.
Adrian wanted to just walk in nonchalant.
Just sit down.
But I knew you'd have a heart attack. So
I would have lost. Yeah.
We gotta,
You're my governor. You're the governor on my golf cart, you know. You always keep me from going right off the edge. We got about 15 more minutes to go here, boys. I want to know, what do you want to talk about? Like, what would you guys always say? Man, if we only had a microphone for that conversation. You have anything like that between the bros? Straight to Steve.
Steve's always got something to talk about.
Not him, never. Like, is there anything at all? It doesn't have to be like family-wise. Just you guys are together here now. It's being captured. It's going out live. Like, it's a very unique opportunity.
Well, even though Shane didn't grow up playing hockey, he still follows it a little bit. I want to talk. Can we talk about playoffs a little bit?
Yes, we can.
No.
Well, Steve doesn't want to talk about them because
The Blackhawks got their 51 points this season. It's not a good year.
Chicago's a tough team to cheer for right now.
who do you cheer for?
I grew up in a Boston
Oh.
household. Everyone except for my oldest brother, Davey. Davey was a Gretzky guy. He was an Oiler guy. So I was a Bruins fan and an Oilers fan. And then when people would ask me, like my buddy Pistol Pete would always say, here's the deal. Those are your 2 teams. I get it. They're both in an airplane right now. You have to pick one to save. If you don't, they both die. Who you saving?
And the other one crashes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I literally was like, so I can't let them die? He's like, well, you could, but it's a real asshole move. It's like, well, man, if it's like that, it all goes back to Gretzky for me. So then deep down, I'm an Oilers fan. That's how I break it down. But I love the Bruins, except for this. You want to talk about bad season?
Well,
Yeah.
beat you guys a couple times.
Yeah, that's fair.
In case you forgot.
Yeah. There's a big hockey game tonight, I hear.
There's a massive game tonight. Montreal's had a couple chances to clinch.
They haven't clinched yet?
No, they haven't clinched. They
Taking it right down on the wire.
they lost
That
to
was on
Chicago.
Saturday.
They were, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they played one of the worst teams
Who'd they
this
lose
year,
to?
and they lost to
Yeah, I
Chicago.
heard about that.
Sure, I heard that right.
Even I knew that. I mean,
We have a hockey draft going down here tonight, the Wing Kings playoff hockey draft in this very studio. And a lot of the boys were worried because there's a bunch like Chad Frankenstein, my buddy John Sherman, all these boys that love the Habitant. They're like, well, we're drafting Habs no matter what, but if they're not in, it's going to ruin the whole draft. So we have to wait till I think like 8:30 tonight when that game is over to see what it's going to be. But everyone's watching that game.
What? And
There's a Columbus loss tomorrow, I believe, as well, if they lose tonight.
Yeah. So if Columbus loses a game, or if Montreal just gets 1 point, then they're okay. So,
That's it.
But it's been that way for like a week.
Yeah, I
It
know.
has been.
I thought
It has
I
been.
was like you. The way everyone's talking about them, I thought they were in already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? I wish it wasn't Columbus because they've had such an emotional year with Johnny Hockey.
Yeah. right.
That was just totally crazy when we heard what had happened there. So you kind of want Columbus. Like, I feel like they deserve it, but not at the expense of Les Habitants.
Wow. If you ever wondered what it's like to be a Habs fan, that's it right
That's
there.
it right there.
In a nutshell.
Yeah.
Crazy.
We'll do anything. It's been a while,
Okay.
but ça sent la coupe. That's
Well-
what we say. We can smell the cup.
Sasala Coupe.
Ça sent.
Oh, we got a message from Mom.
Okay.
Oh, which cup?
Yeah, which cup?
Oh, I got it like
I
a
get it
cup,
too,
like
yeah.
a protector.
Yeah, it's like a-
Yeah. Those are very fun. No, that's okay.
Let's hear
Man.
from Wendy.
Wendy says, tell the boys to wish Brenda a very happy birthday from the Nichols. There you go, Mom. So there you
you
go.
go.
Thank you.
Beautiful. She always gets so excited when she sees any of the old boys on the show. She's like, oh, say hi to the families for me. It's like, oh. And again, more of the magic here, man.
Yeah.
The connections that this place has made.
This is what you do.
It's unbelievable to me. Like the fact that this right now is happening. And I'm not even talking like years ago. If you were to say that to me like 10 months ago, I would never believe it. You know what I mean? And now here we are, and everyone's here. And it's like, here we go again. The universe.
Less than 2 hours morning. Looking at Adrian.
like it's, and yeah, and you
we
were.
made it though.
oh,
We made it though.
That's my point.
Maybe should be doing something else right now, but
Hey,
you
you
gotta
know,
make it happen.
I thought we talked about it. I thought we talked about it last week, and then somebody messaged, and I was like, "Oh shit!" We haven't finalized anything, so that's literally 2 hours ago. Steve, you want to come on? He's like, "Yeah, I'll make that happen." And Shane's like, "Sure."
Shane's
He's
always
taking
good.
his lunch hour. He is working the rest of the time, and he's just taking his lunch hour right now.
This is it.
Yes.
Like that's crazy. You're the only guy I've seen in the last like 10 years or whatever it is, since that one party that we both can't remember. Which I
Did
still
we
think.
see each other?
Oh yeah, I know because I remember us like catching up and talking about what you were doing because I had so many questions, and then
Like-
I heard about the whole thing and it was very cool.
I hadn't seen you since like
Yeah,
Rolco days. Like it's been.
that's what I'm saying.
I think that you probably saw Steven before he saw me, or since you've seen me.
I think the last time I saw you, I was paddling a canoe.
Naturally.
Obviously,
Oh yeah. Good
You remember
race.
that one?
I remember that one.
yeah.
That
it
was 7 years ago. Yeah.
So it's been that long. Okay, so it's, yeah, that's crazy.
That
That's
was
a good memory.
Well, it's pretty easy. It's when I was chair of the home lottery. It was a media thing, and Annika was born a few days later.
For me,
Yeah.
I remember it as, man, I had to frickin' paddle in a canoe like all the way around a lake in a race. It was crazy. And I suck at paddling canoes, so it was like embarrassing as well as painful for my body. It's a rough time in my life. I'll say it. It was a little bit, we talk about the dark paths every now and then. It was a dark time, but you know, if you're getting upset about canoeing, then clearly you have other issues. And that's what we've
That's
learned.
the worst thing you have to complain about.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
For sure. So a couple more minutes to go. Any parting words? Anything you guys want to get out there as I plug in my hearing piece? And Coach Mazer, can you reach up on that transmitter above the TV there and turn on the left side of that little button in the middle? Right there. Yeah, buddy. Perfect. Thank you. Go ahead. You have the floor, Coach.
I've got the floor. Are we parting words yet, or
No. I'm
Almost
just
the
getting ready.
piano's up.
Just getting ready.
So what do we? It's actually been interesting coming back and people going, "Oh, what's changed? Like what's different about Saskatchewan?" And Stevie, you'd be interested to see what you think as well, because you've
Love
been
this.
in and out, but you haven't been here as much. But it's so funny. Like the cliches are so true. You notice, like Saskatchewan is flat. There are open skies. Like it's just
It hasn't changed.
That's the same. But when we lived here, you just kind of don't think.
Take it for granted.
Take it for granted.
Yeah.
So that is the same. But I think a couple other things. It's much more multicultural, which I think is a great thing.
Yep.
Like we went to pick up Annika at St. Matthew's School. I was like, wow, it almost felt like being in Melbourne, because Melbourne's quite multicultural. So I thought that was really good. There's a lot more trucks, and everybody drives a truck here.
Not me.
The big, well, okay.
I got my 93 Dodge Shadow out front. That's my baby.
Well, do you see
Oh,
that
shit.
pothole out front? You need a truck.
Man, you know what?
I'm a little worried about that one. Yeah.
Is it illegal for me to just go like put a garbage can in there or something? Like, do I get in trouble if I do
No,
that?
no.
Because I've had so many people come through and be like, "Man, you got to do something about that." And I'm like, I wish I could. I just
Back
don't know.
down the street. That's
Yeah.
what you gotta do.
Just move.
Yeah.
You know, like it's literally a pothole the size of the street. It's very bad.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
No. But so I think, and obviously it's grown. So like just the different areas and there's a lot of box stores. That was something that wasn't here.
Yeah.
As we grew up, everywhere in the different suburbs or.
Everyone's
Oh,
got a
they're
big.
called suburbs.
Yeah, I want to ask Steve, is that like in Lincoln? Do you have like very similar? Is there a lot of box stores? My memories of the cities I've been to in the U.S. over work and stuff has been lots of just big box developments spread out, not a lot of smaller shops or older places.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Lincoln is a lot like Saskatoon. It's got a central downtown with like the older inner core kind of part of the city that's been there for 150 years. But yeah, you get out to the outskirts, it's very much the box stores.
Like similar to here?
Yeah.
Okay.
That seems to, yeah, that sort of seems to be everywhere now.
I also like
Is
remember
that-
like it's a little in Saskatoon's part of it, but kind of like there's not as many of those small like mom and pop restaurants or smaller shops. It's just everything's just being. I find it's happening in Saskatoon. I think we're delayed from the rest of the world, but everywhere else, like bigger cities I go to, it's all the same stuff. You want to go for something to eat and try and find a local restaurant when
So
I'm
hard.
cruising around Western Canada, like it's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, whereas in Saskatoon, when people come, I've always got a
got your
lineup of
places.
places to go.
And it's very interesting that you say that, because that's one of the things that I've sort of put in the back of my mind, as in things that we want to support and businesses that we want to bring on board, and those mom and pop shops, those places that we take for granted. We do. And whether it's right or not, like they could be gone just like that with the way the world operates and with these big blocks, places all moving in and taking business. Like the importance of supporting local is bigger than it's ever been.
Yeah, and like
And
and retail's a tough business,
man.
right? I mean, all my customers are retailers, and like it's a tough go. They got to do a lot of work to stay relevant, and it's always like, how are we fighting the nationals? What do we got against Costco and all those things? And if we run into just not just cost, I'm not going to pick on any national, but like what happens is we get less selection, less ability to find something that we want. You just end up everybody's looking and wearing the same thing all the time.
Yeah. That's homegrown food, like literally food that was raised over there, set up over here, cooked for you right here. That can disappear at the drop of a hat, and it's happened all around the world. And like you say, we're so lucky that we're behind those times because we still have a chance to save those places and start supporting those places now. You're going to pay $10 more to support a place that you truly love and cherish. It's worth it every time.
Well, and like I'm cheap at times, right? Like I'll do it. But I mean, if I take a look at it, like I can get something for
Both you guys,
whatever, get it for a little less. But then I
think we all are.
Yeah.
I have to back it up and tell myself like that $10, that might be 5% of my purchase, right? Like I might be able to find a $200 item for $10 less. But I can just go down and I'm supporting that much more local. Why am I not doing that more often?
Yeah.
I will tell you the one thing that is a pain though. Like I'm not going to drive around the city looking for little things. There's a place for the online retailing, but it's not for major purchases in my mind. But like, you know what? How many times have you driven around and anywhere you go, you're looking for a weird part or piece or something? You're like, how many I'm not going to drive around to 3 places looking for a $20 unit when I know that I can get it in 2 days.
This studio right here that we're sitting in, if we were to do this locally, and Maze and I, we did a lot of that driving and going to try to support the places. None of it's here. And if it is here, it's very hard to purchase. And so basically the entire recipe to build a place like this studio is all through online. And that was just the way it had to be, because a lot of these little things you couldn't get in the city. And if you could, the people didn't have them in stock because it's so rare that people need these things. Like, it's very rare that somebody comes in and wants to build an audio recording booth along with a Twitch stream studio and then 2 sets. It's a very unique thing. So I totally... Yeah, we've been lucky. We got both these chairs for $40. We got
They might be
some
out
other
on the
chairs.
sidewalks.
He's very good at thrifting.
Can I ask a question? When you buy things online,
Yes.
I'm trying to segue into actually something I've noticed that absolutely needs to change.
I love it.
If you're buying things online and it says $14.99, is the price $14.99 or then is it $14.99 plus tax?
Oh, taxes and shipping, all that stuff.
I know shipping sometimes, depending if you have Prime or not.
Everything has tax on it. Everything. I bought online.
That's the price for the item, not the services or the taxes.
Okay,
But in Canada, when you're buying online, it depends. Sometimes you're going to order some and there's going to be tax added to it. Sometimes there's just like no tax added to it.
Or here's a novel idea.
There we go.
This really annoys me.
And the piano's going now.
And the piano's going now. There's an election coming up?
I've heard this.
Okay.
And you know the rules here, so be careful.
I know,
We're
but
treading.
if this is what would get my vote. Okay. Well, actually, that's probably a controversial statement. Anyways, why don't the total price have everything built into it? So we go $14.99, then you got to work out 11 or 12%, and then you get. Let's just have one price. So when you buy something, this is one of the things I love about Australia. If something's $50, it's $50, not $50 plus
all the
the tax.
Can I ask you?
It just creates a big disappointment.
They're just not as good at math in Australia, apparently.
I don't know. No, I think,
But
I
Adrian,
think they're better. But
so when
why? No.
I have
I'm
a question
really
for you about
passionate
Australia.
I love it.
I have a question for you about Australia and taxes.
Yes.
Is it like everything all has the same taxes applied to it.
Yeah.
So that's why
No.
it's different here.
I'm sure there's a system, a technology system there that you can
still
change
work.
it
You
from.
They do it with flights now in Canada. You pay. There's add-ons that you can select, but like they have it all built in now. So they've started to go that way, Adrian. But
So I would just love to know why.
I think
Like Dad and I were talking about this, and he goes, maybe it's transparency so that people can see what the tax is, and people know what the taxes
this keeps
are.
you up at night, though.
Well, coming here every time, I'm like, crap, how much do I got to pull out? And anyways, that's so. If anybody who's running for prime minister out there, you would get my vote. I can't vote here, but you would get it if you change that whole pricing system so it's one price and you just pay what it says.
Why can't you vote?
You have to? I don't know. Can I vote?
I think so.
I think you're still a Canadian citizen, aren't you?
I've got my
Yeah,
citizenship,
I
but
think you can vote.
It might not make sense because like it doesn't impact you. Sure.
Hey, either way, we'll leave them on the cliffhanger. I don't think there's a better way to end this episode than with you guys quarreling, and I really appreciate that. Thank you to all three of the Baillargeon brothers making it in. This is a monumental moment. I'm so happy we got to touch base again. This is so freaking cool, and I hope we get to do it again in the very near future. We'll be back tomorrow with a Friday Fun Table on a Thursday as well. CTV's Matt Young in the house. We're going to hit these picnics up. Going to be very, very tasty. Thank you very much. Remember, karma's very real. Do good things and they'll start happening to you. Thank you again, fellas. Take care. Have a great rest of your night.